Hey everybody. Um, so today, what I was going to do is I was going to get started on building that kind of underground area, but I realized that I have like no wood. So I was like, okay, let's do a video where we like chop down a bunch of wood and all that. But then I realized that I don't have, I only have two more diamonds. I don't have, or I don't have anything make a new pickaxe. So we're just gonna do some mining and some resources today. I think hard times. My computer is right up against a window, and it's pretty bright out. So the bright window on that and brightness adjust. Hope everybody's having a good day. My day's been all right. I haven't done too much. I just kind of playing a lot of Minecraft and playing a mod pack, and then playing some craft. I downloaded Call of Duty Warzone. I was like, oh, I did that before. Not that fun. I guess I don't have anybody to play it with, but I come from. I used to play a lot of Destiny, and Destiny is focused on kind of gunplay, and if someone takes a shot at you first, you're able to get away and recover and all that, and get back into the fight. But Call of Duty is not as much like that, or just like whoever sees the other person first wins. I don't love that. Mind on did that. I only have this. I don't know if any of you guys have this problem where like the less work I have, the harder of a have doing it. Like go shut up. Yeah, like when I only have like one class or something, much harder time getting work done than if I had like classes, classes, extracurricular stuff like that. Why I'm like that, but okay. There wasn't much going on there. It was a fun picture that didn't really. Okay. 22. It's getting real warm out now. 3 degrees here in Idaho. You know, means the summer's really happening. It's not. It could still snow because that's always a possibility here. Um, but so nice out. really want to go, but one of the places that I really want to hike, I don't even think. So I gotta wait a little bit longer for that. You guys got any build ideas, especially for like underground area? Be very much appreciated. It is. I have a hard time figuring out exactly what I should build. All of that. So the more help I can get, the better. I also don't want to just like be doing a bunch of my own stuff and not listen. But having poor luck recently. Really hoping that. Well, I don't think this internship I applied interviewed for last week. I don't think I'm not getting my hopes up for that. But starting next month is when I have to start applying for jobs and all that. Really hope. Very much would like employment. Sure, I'm not the only one who like that. Job market right now, especially in tech. So fingers crossed, maybe we'll get something. Like some tech jobs can pay a lot of money. I mean, I was going to, before I changed my major, I was going to be. So pretty much any job I get, tech, low paying is going to pay better than I would. But I get a job. That was me. Have a roof over our heads, then really all I care about, and then you move on from there, and maybe want to find jobs that are better suited for you or that kind of thing. Then you go ahead and do that, and that's good path to move forward. But yeah, would very much like get time come pretty sure. This is sad. I might have to be making my way back to Iron Tools. I need one more diamond to be able to make a new axe. Or after that to be mod pack that I'm playing. It's like vanilla plus one. That has doesn't have enchantment. Got rid of them like just now. Tools are just better. I actually don't mind it because I'm coming much newer mod pack, but I'm coming from playing this old beta version for a while. I'm really just not a big enchantment guy. Why? I just like them. So the mod pack doesn't have experience or anything like that either. It's just hidden tools. I do finding off camera. was. So we might go back up. Might go back up. Go and chop some wood. Then once max breaks. Oh well. They out of space. Try to make sure I'm getting stuff out to you guys every day. Just having a bit of a tough time right now. I'm hitting that kind of, you know, phase where the Minecraft blitz of I'm not enjoying, you know, Minecraft phase starts waning a little. So I want to make sure I'm still bringing stuff to you guys, but I also want to make sure that that I'm still having fun, and that is also, I will say, that is also important. And I'm thinking about branching out into new stuff, but there's, I'd say, particular interesting to people, but I don't know. Anyways, that wasn't the most successful thing in the world. That's a bummer. But making my fur had gunpowder in. Hi. Yes. Got this thing stuck in my. There's in Secret of the Mimic, Five Nights at Freddy's game, like secret area with this guy who sings like, lullaby and good night. Stuck in my head for the last day or so. Kind of creepy, but then catchy. Not ideal. Stuck in my brain. Oh well. How? Okie dokie. Sometimes I feel like I'm a deadbeat. I think she thinks I'm one, but sometimes I. Yep. I don't want to like cut down these regular trees. Honestly, probably just cut down trees. Because I'm literally complete. Aside from the stack of what I had, 11 logs, completely out of it. So wasn't in the best position, especially to build or anything like that. Because I've been building a lot of stuff. I feel like the things I have been building have been looking pretty good. Well, relative to this version of the game. But they've been looking pretty good. But then because of that, I am now almost completely out of resources. trying to get in contact with the head of the Blam theater that runs it. I've talked with the head of it a few times about possibly getting sort of a like improv group or improv workshop type thing going on, just for the community, because out here there really is very little opportunity for any improv. I like improv. It's how my wife met. She's been the head of it. So get contact with. But I think this week a little more available. So hoping something comes out of that. I was really you like performing. You know, I don't know how much of my viewer base falls under the theater kid demographic, but if you are someone who likes performing or making people laugh, I'd highly recommend checking out any improv group, or if you're in college, a lot of colleges will have one. You know, I highly recommend it. I had never done anything like that. I had done improv in high school, but it was just like a unit. I like advanced theater class that. And then like I had watched with my parents. Like other than that, nothing. Not really any form of comedy or anything like that. Just I done some plays. I guess some of them were comedic, but nothing else. But I came to college, and my major at the time was theater education. I wanted to teach theater. I wanted to, be a big kid or whatever, and obviously that is not the route that I ended up completely going with. Okay. But in college, I believe this is most schools, not just mine. But to register for classes on a first come first served basis, basically, depending on how many credits you have already completed, or you are in your date of registration changes. The more credits you have, earlier your registration date, because you've been in school longer, then you'd need to, you need to graduate, you need to get all your courses done. So your registration date is earlier, except for the very, very fresh first semester. Those are kind of in the same boat, right? Like their first semester, you want to be able to for all the classes they want to. But that deadline, at least back in 2019, the registration date was, but then the time to register 6 a.m., which is fine, but I was a high schooler and lazy and all that, so I didn't register till a couple hours in, and I needed to register for acting 1, but the acting 1 class taught a semester, and it was, so by the time I went to register, it was already filled up. This was kind of before I knew you could like join a wait list, and odds are if you were high up in the wait list, you could just like contact the professor, and most of the time they would just give you an exception. I didn't know that at the time. So I was like, all right, well, that sucks. So I went to this like beginning of the semester, like, I don't know, not like party thing. Parties. It was like ramp, big event. Um, and went and I saw a performance by the sketch comedy group there. And I didn't really know much about sketch comedy aside from like Saturday Night Live. But it looked really fun, and they were performing a form of acting, and so I went ahead and auditioned for them, and I got in. And that semester, my first semester, I just had a total blast. It was just so much fun. And I had kind of had a big medical that came up middle of that semester, and that group very much got me through that because my first time away from home, and so I had this big medical thing which I'd never really had before. It was very scary, but I had this group of friends that were there to take care of me when my 11 hours and all that. It was really, really helpful. So, and then from that, from a couple years after that, I branched over to improv, and that's what. But anyways, I don't really know where I was going with that story. But I guess the point is, the moral is, I mean, personally, I would say try to find improv or something like that on a good release. But any sort of extracurricular, you know, source of entertainment, enjoyment in your life that school offers or community offers, I would highly, highly recommend. Because life is stressful. Life is hard. And anytime that you have to be able to relieve some of that stress, be able to take that stress and leave it at the door is worth it. And I would say it's a very important skill to it's very important to learn how to take your, I wouldn't say like bottle up your emotions, but to be able to take things, emotions or your stress, and be able to give yourself space and a place where you can just focus on something else. Because if you can't do that, then what happens is you allow that to kind of infect every aspect, right? Oh, I would like to go home. But you then give that stress permission to control you, and not good. So I'd say make sure if you can find any source of entertainment, whether extracurricular, whether friends, game, or something like that. I would say ideally it would be something that involves other people because having social interaction is very important. And when you don't have that, harder. I kind of, not ever since, but when I got married, you kind of go from having all these roommates and kind of all these pre-planned activities to not that, because then you're just home and you're always hanging out with the person that you love. but then you're not seeing each other through any sort of plan. It's gonna be dating or engage, plan it. Obviously that wasn't the case once we got married. So yeah, basically just try to put yourself out there and do things that are fun. Sometimes those things can be scary. Be really scary to put yourself out there, try new things. I very much know that. But very. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, dude. They in the older versions of the game, man, they really put the name Creeper to justice. They just up right behind you. Oh man. Gave me a bit of a fright there. I honestly shouldn't have made it. Should have just done my iron armor. Sorry for my my rant. I don't know. I think I had much else to say, so yeah. Close to the hours. 30 minutes. No. Alright. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. No! It's freaking spiders. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, dude. Crazy. Nerve-wracking, man. Okay. Gonna be sad going back to. But I will. Wish I could see. Vanilla Plus mod pack I have. Exactly. Left. Tools. Yeah, I might, instead of making go mining after. Oh. Punching wood, that's a throwback. Alright. Head back. I do like that we've kind of got this relatively fleshed out world so far. I'll have to expand over there eventually. But I like this little boardwalk area. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, I could grab a boat. I really should just build a bridge over to a bridge or another underground tunnel. I forgot that idea. Like an underwater district. That could be. Red. So arrows go? I feel like I have a spot for it. Okay, and a bunch of wood. Solid start. Back to more materials. All right, well, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Um, sorry, a little bit of a less successful video today, but hope you still enjoyed. Just remember to like, comment with any video ideas you want, and subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, thanks you guys so much. See you next time. Bye.